Hi, everyone. My name is Denise, and I am with World Creations. We are a Christian based company that sells DTFs, prints, sublimation prints, and then also our newest is our financial books. So I wanted to jump on real quick because I have been working on a few savings challenges and 1 month ahead challenges for our Bloom and Save series. And so I wanted to jump on and just go through them. They're not on our website just yet. They will be once I finish getting everything ready and making sure we have what we need to launch. But I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. So, and also maybe help you, or not help you, but help me decide on what type of envelopes we should get. Now, my camera may move from time to time. I apologize for that. I'm still waiting on my tripod to come in. So, actually holding the camera with my hands. So, if it's a little shaky, I apologize. It will get better, I promise. Okay. So I am outside as well. So if you can hear that bird tweaking, around the area, it's because I'm outside. So, all right, let's touch base real quick. So this is my first one that we made. This is our Bloom and Save Challenge series. So this is the one that started it all. The reason why I wanted to create these is because as a Christian home family, I have noticed that there are really some families that are struggling in churches. And some of them, like myself, was never taught about actual finances. Our parents always took care of things. We've always depended on our parents, and we always knew there was money there. Like we never had to worry about. We were blessed in that way where we didn't have to worry about not going without eating, without a roof under our heads. And so, however, the one thing that I can say that you know, what's the word I'm trying to look for? But what I'm able to find is that we were not financial, we weren't understanding when we grew up, when we were 18, when we were 19, we didn't know what a budget truly was. We thought that money just came as it just flowed in our accounts, and so there's a lot of things that I had to learn at such a young age, and had to struggle with a lot of my in my 20s, and probably my early 30s. And I think I started realizing and researching and learning, growing, is that you really need to truly be on a budget, and you really need to live below your means. And so how can we do this? Well, we can do this by creating little challenges like this where we can save money, where we're not spending that extra 5, 10, $20 that you have in your purse or in your wallet. And we're able to save them in these little challenges. And then as time goes on, they grow and they become a certain amount. And then you could utilize that money to pay off some debt you have, to finance a trip, to save and invest. And my ultimate goal here is to, sorry about that, learning, reading, growing, and so with that being said, let's get started. So again, Bloom and Save Challenge Series. Our logo, now, if you had followed me in the past, my original brand name was The Dollar Difference. I have now joined forces with my sister, and she is the brains and operations of the DTF prints, of the sublimation prints. And so her and I joined forces, and now we are called Royal Creations. So in our website, you will find DTF prints available in different sizes for different size shirts, and you'll see sublimation prints for different size items as well. And so soon enough, we're going to see a financial tab for you to get these financial challenges. So I'm super, super, super excited about this. I can't wait to upload it into our website and make this official. So going through the Bloom and Save challenges. Now this is a small challenge where I found that I needed to be able to grow my my funds in. And so I made this specifically for me. However, I will sell them with these same topics, but I will also make one that is blank, where you're going to be able to put in what fund you want to save for, what each of these beautiful little bloom flowers will be, and your ultimate goal for it. And what I can show you is that in my 1 month challenge series, I did just that. And this is what it's going to look like. So as you see, I did do for a car truck loan, I left these milestones blank to fill in, and then I left each of the flower amount and the goal amount empty as well for you to fill in. So that's how it's going to look here, except this will also be blank, and you can fill in your own challenge if you like, or you can purchase this one as it comes in. So if you look at it here, you're going to see it says emergency fund. And so a lot of people, I've followed Dan Ramsey all my life too. And so his goal is always $1,000. But I found that with the economy and how things have increased, I would like to have an emergency fund of $2,000. Now I do have more than that. However, as a starter, that was my ultimate goal. And so I just want to keep doing that and keep reaching the $2,000 and adding it to my emergency fund. So that's why I did that. And then I added these beautiful milestones here. So after 10 of the flowers, you can see where you've saved $400. After 25, you can see you save $1,000. And after 40 flowers, you see you can save $1,600. And then when you finish this whole savings challenge, you'll reach your goal of $2,000. So I made it very nice and simple and easy. I also have the little instructions here to check off one flower each time you save money. So you just check them off, and then the money will go into this envelope behind your savings challenge. This is a cardstock, is a 110-pound cardstock, so it isn't flimsy, but it isn't also too thick, so you can fit your money inside with the cardstock as well. I'm debating on whether I should make this matte vellum as well. I know some people like to reuse some saving challenges. I don't, because I just always like to change. So I don't like to reuse the same thing over and over again, because then I get bored. So I have decided to just start out with just cardstocks and then just doing my savings challenge, and once I finish it, I can start a whole new one. So in this challenge set, you're going to have emergency fund, you're going to have a vacation fund, you're going to have a Christmas fund, a school fund, a car fund, and then a house down payment fund. And so I know some of you are going to say, well, Denise, I can't afford $400 every single time I get paid. I can't either. So trust me, I know, I understand. However, my ultimate goal is to save $20,000 for house down payment fund. Now, I know that if I can't, in my pay periods, and I get a paycheck and I know I can't save $400, what I can do is save $100, and I can put it behind the cardstock. I can save another $200, and I'll have $300, in my next pay period, I'll put it behind the cardstock. But once I reach that $400 goal, then my goal is to mark this off. So trust me, I know times are tough, so we can't always do a big amount like that, but we can do it in increments, right? So $50 here, $100 there, $20 there. It will add up, and then you're going to have that satisfaction to be able to mark one of these flowers off. So that's why I did that. All right, so that is set one. And again, the second part of this will be that this will come in blank, so you can put your own topic that you would like to save for. Oops. I think you can focus. Your own topic you'd like to save for, and then you can add your milestones for each amount. And the way you get that, just so I can reiterate, is that so this is 10 flowers here, right? So you're going to do 10 times each of the cost of the flower. So 10 times 100 is 1,000. This one here adds up to 25 flowers. So 25 times $100 for per flower. That gives you 2,500. So forth, so forth. So that's how you obtain those extra numbers. So this will be blank, the milestones will be blank, and then each of the flower and your goals will be blank because everyone always has a different goal in mind. It's not always going to be the same. So that is the Bloom and Save challenge. Now, I did bring out two different types of envelopes because I was debating on what to stock for our series. So I really like this matte finish envelope. It's a little sturdy. But it does hold enough bills in here very well. And so let me show you. Actually, I think I have tab ones. Yeah, I have tab ones here, so that's different. So they're not, I don't have these sturdy ones in here. So I will, but granted, they hold a lot of money in here and they're very sturdy. So that's what I like about this matte finish envelope. Okay, so let's go into our second challenge. This one's the 1 month ahead challenge. Now, I always strive to be a month ahead. What I want to push myself for is to be 2 months ahead. And by doing this challenge, I'm going to do just that. So with this challenge, you'll get this what is this called? This front part with the name of the challenge, right? And then you'll get 10 challenges here. So we have rent, mortgage, and loan. And like I said, I left it blank for the different goals, each of the flowers, and the different milestones. So you can add your numbers in here. So for me, like rent will be $2,400. So my goal is to reach $2,400. So each of these flowers will be divided, which there's 50 flowers. I would then divide that goal amount with 50 flowers and I'll get my number here. And then I'll divide these numbers by each of the flowers numbers. It's very simple. I'll show you again once I show my binders here. So we have rent and mortgage. We have car and truck loan. We have cell phone, kid care. These are just for regular personal loans or for anything in addition. For me, my husband has some four-wheelers that we did get a loan off of, so we have to pay that four-wheelers off. So that's my purpose of that. Credit cards, if you have any credit cards. Taxes, if you want to save for taxes or what have you, or if you're paying quarterly taxes, if you're paying monthly taxes or whatever it is, there's that. We have internet. We have utilities. And then we have subscription. So those are the items in this package. And of course it comes with the envelope. So now if you look at the envelope, you're going to notice that it's a little different than the one that I previously shown. So we have the matte, which is a more rigid kind of sturdy kind of envelope, and then you have this clear, which is it's a little flimsy, but it does open up very well and it holds tons of money in it, so you don't have to worry about it breaking. So what I need from you is to tell me, what would you prefer? Would you prefer more of a clear finish where it's flimsy? I believe they sell this type in more of a matte finish, but I had ordered these clear ones. So anyhow, so clear, more of a flimsy kind of envelope, or a more of a rigid, firm, matte finish kind of envelope. I'm leaning more towards the matte. I really like this type of envelope because it's just sturdier and it holds my bills very well. This one does hold my bills very well as well. I've had no issues with them falling out, even though they look or they feel a little flimsy. I've not had any issues of my bills falling out. But I do like the matte kind of finish. It just seems a little bit more elegant to me versus this one. But you guys let me know what you think. And then let me show you what this set's going to come with. So I'm going to give two options here. I'm going to do one option where it's going to be a binder, the card stocks, the dashboard, and the envelopes. Okay, so that's going to be one kit along with a marker so you can mark them off. So that's going to be one set, one whole set. And then I'm going to offer just the envelopes and the cardstock alone. So that way, if you have your own binders, you don't have to worry about purchasing a binder. So those are going to be the two types of sets that I'm going to sell. So again, envelope with the cardstock and dashboard, and then envelope, cardstock, dashboard, binder, and a marker for it. So let me show you how it looks. I brought my two binders out that I started to use. I actually put it together last night and I was super excited. Can't wait to start using them. But this is my yellow binder here. Oops, let me flip it. Oh no, I had it right. This is my yellow binder here. And so the color of the binders, I'm thinking we're going to go in with black and maybe one dark color. I had these laying around the house, so that's why I use these, but I'm not going to go with a lighter color just yet. I think I'm just going to do a black, which is obviously everyone's favorite color, right? So black, and then a darker color. I may go with like a green or maroon, depending on what I truly feel like it matches well with the aesthetic look to these. But these are the, this is what I have. And so I did use one of the sturdy ones for my dashboard here just to show, but then all my other ones have these tab ones that they're just old. I've used them in the past for different challenges, so I just went ahead and reused them. So here I have my 1 month ahead challenge, and as you can see, I made my goal for my subscriptions $200. So when I divided 50 into $200, it gave me $5, right? So each of these flowers are going to be $5 each. And so with that, I went ahead and did my $10. So I did 10 flowers times 5, gave me 50. So that's going to be my milestone. I did 25 flowers times 5, and that gave me 125. That's going to be my second milestone. And then I did 5 times 40 flowers, which gave me $200, which is my goal. So now you're going to say, okay, so I thought that this is going to be all your goal. Well, not always, because my $200 divided by 50 came out to be a little less than $5, right? But because I don't utilize normally ones in my budget, I went ahead and rounded it up to $5. So that's why I still have these 2 rows that I don't need to continue with this after I hit this milestone. But if I want that extra little cash in there, I can continue it, right? So I don't necessarily need to make this rigid or one way or the other. You can make it however way you want. So if I want to stop here, I can stop here and then I can go to the next one. Or if I want to continue and I'll just save up that extra money, then I can save up that extra money. So that's why I did that. I have internet, so again, did the same thing. My goal is 130, but I went ahead and did my calculations here and it stopped at 200 here. So I can again continue. I can stop at this row right here and not do the next 4 rows, or I can continue and save that extra money. Utilities. So that's how mine looks right now. So I'm super excited about that. Can't wait to get 2 months ahead on that. And then my second one, which is my sinking funds, is that challenge. I just added a few things that I got from different small businesses. And so I have my dashboard in this rigid one as well. And then I have of course I had these tabs too that were old and I just used them. But here goes my sinking fund challenges. So my emergency fund, I went ahead and marked off how much I already had in my envelope and I just switched them over. My vacation fund, my Christmas fund, my school fund. And school can be for tuitions, can be for your kids' college fund, can be for back to school, can be for anything you want that's school related. So that's why I'm using this one as probably a little bit of both for my daughter's tuition fees and then also for my daughter's back to school clothes at the end of the year. So that's what that is. car fund. I'm saving. So I have a car that I paid off a year ago, and I'm very excited not to have a car payment. So I'm not looking for another car payment. However, I figured once that car gets into a point where repairs are needed and things like that, my husband's going to tell me I'm going to need a new car. So I might as well just get ahead of it and start saving little by little, and make it my own. Like I don't have to fill this one out every pay period. I can decide if I want to do it once a month or if I want to do it once every 3 months. I can decide however way I want to do it. It's your time, your cash, your money. You can decide on how many times you fill your envelopes. So trust me, it's not always set in stone. And then I have my house down payment here. So we have a home. We're happy where we live. There's no reason for us to move out. But once me and my husband retire, I don't know what's going to happen or what the plan is, but my ultimate goal is to be able to have some income coming in, along with everything else that our retirement fund and stocks and things like that, but make a little bit extra money. And I figured, well, why not save something for house down payment, and maybe we can utilize that to rent and cash flow some extra income. That's my purpose of this. Again, we're not looking to move out. We're not looking to do anything anytime soon. This is just more of a retirement, kind of like a retirement goal, and have some extra cash flowing in. So, and then that is it for that. So these are the two challenges that I'm very excited about, and I hope you guys are. Let me know in the comments below what you prefer. If you prefer this clear envelope. Oops, someone just beeped the horn. Or this rigid one. All right. Well, thank you. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.